Hello and welcome to neilsspanishflybox. I hope you're all well. Today we're going to tie an Aerowing Muddler. Now, muddlers were initially tied for subsurface fishing, streamer style, but I've always fished it as a floating fly on the basis that deer hair is an extremely good floatant, and I've used it for skating and imitation of caddis flies. So I'll go through the materials as I make up the fly, and in the vise I have a size 12 dry fly hook, and I'm using 8/0 black thread. So I'm going to start the tying a couple of mil behind the eye and wind down, trim off the excess, and go to the back of the hook shank. Right, I'm going to put a tag on, and I'm going to use orange, and this is Glow Bright number 7 to build up the tag. Just going to dampen the end there to tie it in. And build up the tag at the back. I'm just going to twist this because the fibres are inclined to split as you turn. Should be enough. A nice tag at the rear of the fly, and trim off the excess floss. Right, now for the body I'm going to use something that is quite a good floatant, and it's Doug Swisher's gecko hair. It's gecko dubbing. And this is caddis tan. It's quite a fine dubbing and it's easy to dub. And we're going to give it quite a thick body, as if it was a caddis. Let's see how we get on with that. Keep it tight. Put a little bit more on there. Up to the thorax area and tied off. But as I said, the wing is going to be an aero wing, and this is a light tan aero wing. I'll just trim a piece off. Now this is in 3 fibres. So what I'm going to do is start splaying them, separating the fibres, so that the wing is more separated and will lay flat. There. I will trim it to length after tying. Tie it down and trim off the excess. Tie down the ends of the aero wing. Right. Now this should fan out just a little easier to create the underwing. Now the length of the underwing, just past the length of the body of the fly, like so. Right now, the overwing is going to be some deer hair points. This is just standard deer hair. Don't need too many to create the overwing. Just snip some off and get rid of all the fluff at the bottom and any loose fibres, and put that in your deer stacker and level up the points, and hopefully they should come out fairly level, as they have done. And this will be the overwing for the fly. That's about right. Now wind through these fibres and pull them back. Tie them down. Like so. Right, now we're going to need some more to create the head, so we'll cut off another clump of hair. Take out all the loose fibres and the fluff at the bottom. Right. And we're going to put these into the stacker in reverse. So that it's butts down, point up. And hopefully they will come out fairly even, as they have done. And we're going to tie those in. 2 loose wraps. Then as you pull tight, spin them around the fly. Wind through, pull back all the fibres and create a head at the front of the fly. Just pushing those back with my thumb. I'm going to trim all that up in a moment. I'm going to use a 1/2 inch tool to tie off. One more. Right. And trim up the thread. Right, now I put down a piece of kitchen towel when I'm doing this to get rid of all the fibres, because as you know they go everywhere. So I'll just start trimming up. Trim these up underneath. Now the size of the head, of course, is entirely up to you. You can do whatever size you want. And of course you can spend all day doing this. And just when you think you're finished, you think, oh, there's a bit there I'll do. Just get rid of those. It is quite a laborious fly in that sense. getting there. Try not to take off the overwing as you're trimming. Getting a bit of shape now. This really doesn't have to be terribly neat. As I said, you just think you're getting a decent shape, and you think, oh, I'll just take a little piece more off, and right, I'm just going to make sure that this is not covered. Take that piece out from there. So that it can be threaded. And there you have the Aerowing Muddler. Still carry on trimming. Very much a labour of love. Trimming up a muddler head. So there you have it. I think that's about as far as I'm going to go, except for this little piece here. As I said, this is a great floating fly, and it's terrific for skating across the surface when sedges are hatching. And also, I like using it as a dry dropper fly. You can really hold up a decent weight underneath with this fly. It floats very, very well. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed the tying. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. And if you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe. Thanks for viewing. Bye.